Hi everyone. I was going to start, apart from the puppet movie that you saw, which was really just to check if this poor old Nikon could at least produce something worth seeing now, rather than have to backtrack on my video diary after I find a replacement for this one. I was going to go straight into the sort of more serious aspects of my being here and volunteering and this, that and the other, but a very funny incident happened on Saturday which, well, at least I found it funny, I hope you will, which illustrates the confusion that can occur when you actually don't speak a language very well. I mean, my Russian is improving, but if I tell the story you'll understand that it's not really improved enough to hold a conversation out in the street about what was quite a complicated subject. I moved into this service department on Friday. It's a very nice place. I did my sums and I thought, well, I'm by myself. Really, do I want to rent a one-bedroom apartment by myself, which would mean, you know, I close my front door and that's it, I am absolutely by myself, or would I be more comfortable in a service department, especially one like this? This is the top floor of a family-run hostel hotel. It has hostel rooms, it has hotel rooms, and it has, of course, these service apartments. So I thought I'd come up here and see whether this would suit me better, because at least I have people around me and I can find people to speak to. From the moment the concierge, come guard, come everything else, it's run a bit like Fawlty Towers, opened the door. It's a lady, and her name is Tanya. I felt at ease, I felt comfortable, she was very welcoming. Incidentally, no one here speaks English, so that is ideal as well, because I've really got to try with my Russian. Some of them would prefer to talk to me in Ukrainian, but I have explained to them that it'd be better to concentrate on one language, and I think, given that most people in Kremenchuk use Russian, know Ukrainian for sure, I'd start with that. So I met Tanya, and she was very welcoming and showed me around and explained that I could sit down in the residence lounge and talk to the other guests. They have a communal kitchen down there. I have my own, of course, and I was welcome to go down there at any time. The kitchen actually is a bit of a meeting place, and so it would be ideal, and has turned out to be an ideal place to meet people and try and learn this language. People here are very happy to see an Englishman here, because they're hoping that I will in turn teach them some English, which is the way we're going on at the moment. The concierge come everything else, because it's a small hotel, and like every other business in this country at the moment, it's suffering. The concierge doubles as I think the cleaner, I'm not sure. I've certainly seen them shoveling snow, and they work a shift system where they work 24 hours, a straight 24 hours, and then have 2 days off. Excuse me. So there are 3 of them, and on Saturday morning I met Katrina, and remember her name because this is where the story pans out. Katerina was very nice and not quite so keen to try and listen and understand what I'm saying as Tanya was. But anyway, a nice lady, and I met her briefly, But I've got quite a good eye for faces, not so much for names, but which is also part of the story actually. And I said hello to her and Auchin Pratt and all this sort of thing, and then I went on my way into town. So about maybe 5 hours later, because I tried to take some photographs, I went to a second-hand shop to buy some more warm clothes. I have some high-quality outerwear, but I really didn't have anything like this to wear inside the apartment. Whilst it's quite warm, it's still, perhaps because of the temperature difference that I've experienced coming from the Far East, I still feel a little bit chilly. So I went into the town, I wandered around taking photographs as I do, and I was coming up the hill which leads to the hotel, to my apartment, and I passed a very well-dressed lady in quite glamorous clothes, and I thought, oh, that's Katerina. So she was on the telephone, but I just said hello, Katerina, as I passed, and she looked at me and said, it's Valya, actually. I said, oh, I'm sorry, because I'm not so good with names, or not immediately good with names, as I am with faces. So I continued walking on, and this lady called me up and she said, hello, are you from Australia? And I thought, well, I'm sure, and it was discussed when Tanya and Katerina and I were together that I was from England. I said, no, I'm from England. And she said, oh, what are you doing here? And I thought, well, you obviously didn't pay any attention. And so I explained what I was doing here. And she was very friendly, and it's funny, I thought, well, I don't remember Katerina in the hotel having some gold teeth. But anyway, so we carried on talking like good friends and making progress up the hill. And then she said, where are you living? And I said, well, number 12. Don't you remember that? And she said, looked a bit quizzical and said, number 12, which part of the street is number 12? I said, Valya. I assumed that I got the name wrong in the hotel. I live here. She said, oh, you live in the hotel. I said, well, and then the penny dropped. This lady was a complete stranger, but I have to say, she was very, very nice. And I don't think even to the end that she realised that I'd made a mistake, and she was just being friendly. I found it funny, and it is an illustration of one of the reasons that I need to learn Russian as quickly as possible. Anyway, I will start my video diary and blog tomorrow, but this I had to recount to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's the truth, but it's a little bit of an anecdote as well. Okay, thanks and have a nice night. Bye bye.